Have a STD check and Mr. Ali too. After that, we are having unprotected sex, and I will let Mr. Ali lick the humus of my feet. I will also fuck his virgin brother, who is 13 years old. And Mr. Ali is paying me $50,000.
This was leaked in 2022.
What's the nastiest thing you're willing to do for $100,000? How about $1 million? Well, you can keep that to yourself, whatever it is, but Dubai is definitely a place for you. Dubai is the one place that has the ability to satisfy even the most sophisticated tastes, and that's where the affluent go to play. These rich people have taste. A taste for the most luxurious goods and services, and a taste for the wildest or most grotesque of sexual fantasies. And who do you think is available to satisfy these fantasies? Your favorite social media influencers. Yep, the ones you hold in high esteem. The ones whose lifestyles on the screen make us feel unaccomplished and worthless. You would cringe at what they have to do or go through in order to have the kind of lifestyle we all envy. Gone are the days when brands and companies needed magazine features or newspaper advertisements to sell their products. Today, social media and its influencers have taken over the advertisement business, and Dubai is one such product whose popularity proves this phenomenon. Dubai has recently become a magnet for social media models who go there on holidays to film new content and transact business. But business and content are really not the only thing influencers go to Dubai to do. In fact, those represent just a small piece of the pie. The filtered photos and reels models share regularly on their pages do not tell the whole story. What if I told you that in Dubai, your favorite social media model whom you so much adore is no different from a stripper in a nightclub in Amsterdam? Yep, may not believe, but it's all true. When wise men from past generations said that not all that glitters is gold, they definitely had the modern-day social media model in mind. Islam reigns supreme in Dubai, which makes prostitution highly prohibited in Dubai. However, those who have money in their pockets, they say, definitely have the law in their pockets as well. You see, some Arabian families have this ritual for their sons that have come of age to usher them from boyhood to manhood. The ritual entails the young boy bedding a mature or socially experienced woman. And who better to take on these roles than the sexually experienced social media model who essentially lacks a competent moral compass? For the social media model, she accepted this deal obviously for the money because she was going to become a couple $100,000 richer. You may be wondering what taking this deal would mean for their respective consciousness, but hey, dare I say, social media models have just the right excuses and coping mechanisms. 1. This is Dubai. Therefore, this is only a normal act because her colleagues are probably also doing it. And 2, that Dubai, on the hot site, offers her the avenue to create more content to boost her influencing career. All these benefits even come after their travel expenses to Dubai have been already paid for in full in the first place. Some earn for themselves gifts in the form of shopping vouchers to suit their expensive lifestyles. This to them is an offer they simply cannot refuse. Not even the sanctimonious bashing from the rest of the world, and especially their followers upon discovery, were even going to stop these models from securing the bag. This for them has always felt like added benefits to their careers as influencers. One requirement that was crucial to both the success and failure of the barter trade system in the past was the hustle to identify another trader with mutual interests and needs as yours. That is, 2 or more traders with similar needs and wants and were also willing to trade in a simple exchange. Social media models and the Dubai Emirati government are in a sort of barter trade. Social media models constantly need new content and money to facilitate their luxurious lifestyles of donning their latest designer clothes, copping newly released Gucci bags, as well as wearing the most expensive jewelry and watches. Dubai's Emirati government, on the other hand, needs advertisements. They need Dubai to sell globally in order to attract foreign investors and investments. Additionally, Dubai also needs sex workers to service its soaring expatriate community who, since indigenous Dubai women alone cannot serve these visitors and guests in all the big hotels, pubs, and guest houses. But in social media models and influencers, Dubai's Emiratis have found an answer to their prayers. They have found a global audience to market the good news, luxury, and opulence of Dubai to, as well as resourceful sex workers to do their bidding. This partnership is essentially a win for the social media models as well because they're primed to receive the necessary funding to suit their expensive tastes and lifestyles. A business deal has never made more sense. Now, what really goes on once these influencers are in Dubai is an eyesore. These models hook up with rich men in Dubai who have the weirdest of sexual fantasies you can ever imagine. From a multiple of these men bedding one model in a night, to some models sleeping with animals for a couple more cents. In some extreme cases, models' mouths become a portable toilet for rich men to ease themselves, all in a series of grotesque sexual activities known as porta potty. The greed for money is at an all-time high as models do not mind the insertion of foreign materials, even salmon, into their private parts. And make no mistake, these models consent to these unconventional practices even before they land in Dubai. This is not like the transatlantic slave trade period where African natives were tricked into the act.
Apart from the act of using the ladies' mouths as a place of toilet business, the men would make these women sleep together with camels and dogs in a very dirty environment.
In fact, these social media influencers sign non-disclosure agreements which spell out exactly these disastrous acts they would be doing in Dubai once they touch down. Like I said earlier, it's all about securing the bag for these models, and this definitely was not the time for second thoughts. Sex work in Dubai is a lucrative get-rich-quickly scheme for these social media influencers. Influencers from all parts of the world, including Asia, Europe, America, and Africa, are fully immersed in the business of providing sex to a variety of customers with insatiable sexual drives in Dubai. It does not end there. Social media influencers, by virtue of their experience in Dubai sex work, take leading roles in trafficking young girls from their native countries over to Dubai for sex work and into slavery. You see, social media influencers or models have the prestige back home, and with that, they're able to lure young girls who aspire to be like them into the Dubai sex industry. They either personally or through their agencies poach these young girls away from their families and charge them some fees to process their travel documents with the deceit that they have the connections to land these girls good jobs in baby care and house help duties in Dubai. But time would soon reveal that it was all a lie. They sell these girls off to the highest bidder once they land in Dubai, and these young girls, having traveled on the back of debts, would be left with no option than to give into prostitution to fend for themselves. Everything is really chaotic from here. Well, if you think that male social media influencers are exempt from all these atrocities in Dubai, then watch this space. Unlike their female counterparts, most male social media influencers operate in the scam industry of Dubai. Ever wondered why serial scammers like Hush Puppy constantly choose Dubai as the ideal location for their illegal business activities? I'll tell you why. They choose Dubai because Dubai's glitz, glamour, and luxury as a bustling city presents them the avenue to advertise fake properties to tourists and foreign investors to dupe them of their money. You see, there are so many private properties in Dubai with anonymous ownerships. This, for influencers, is like a honeypot ready for exploitation. Influencers begin their scam series by first building their social media audience to around a couple 100,000 followers to afford them some popularity. And as you well know, there is credibility in popularity. Next up, they attend conferences and business summits, and pose for pictures with some notable men around the world of real estate development. From here, these influencers upload these photos on their pages to sell the impression that they really have the links and connections. And voila! Just like that, they've gained public approval in the real estate market and global investment funds. From here, duping both local and expatriate investors for their monies is as easy as them picking stones from the ground. Influencers go on to introduce themselves to clients as real estate brokers or agents, advertise properties in Dubai they have no connections to, and then take advance payments under the false impression that they're trying to process legal documents for their clients. That will be the end of it. Clients would not see their influencers again, not to even think of reclaiming their monies. Such an evil scheme this one is. Some influencers who frequent Dubai are nothing more than just escorts and hookers parading themselves as tourists. These influencers go to Dubai under the pretext of wanting to see and experience all of Dubai's beautiful scenery and luxury, in the magnificent skyscrapers and the wavy dunes of the desert, when in fact, they're really there to market themselves and sell sex to wealthy clients for money. Make no mistake, rich men are not the only ones who need sex in Dubai. Their female counterparts crave sexual satisfaction too. And this is where male influencers, nicely built, healthy, and attractive looking as well, come in. They, through an array of networks, accept the offer, satisfy their clients, take their money, and off they go to the next client. By the time they leave Dubai, they've become filthy rich. I don't know if we can say the same for their workaholic genitals though. You see, this is not about being judgmental on how these social media models live their lives. My chief concern, however, is with how these models throw dust into followers' eyes on social media to make everyone think that they make their money solely off the backs of brand ambassadorships and other sponsorship deals. Beware of them and their deceits, you all. There's also a piece on your favorite political figures regarding this topic. Heads of states, and for that matter, global figures, do not necessarily model on social media. But it is a fact that they wield enormous amounts of influence, which essentially makes them influencers. Their class of influencers also do unscrupulous things in Dubai. Let me leave you with just these two questions to ponder on. Answering them would give you a clue about what I'm talking about. First question: why do you think most state officials from foreign countries take their side pieces to Dubai of all cities on holiday and vacation? And secondly, it's common knowledge that these political figures loot national resources from their home countries to build properties in Dubai. But why Dubai? Let me help you. Dubai, because Dubai's legal system of property ownership and development gives priority to safeguarding investors' interest in investments. In 2019, for example, about 70% of Dubai properties owned by Norwegian taxpayers were not reported for tax purposes. In fact, about 75% of Dubai's real estate buyers are foreign investors, and at least $146 billion in foreign wealth is invested in the Dubai property market. This is twice as much as real estate held in London through shell companies. Now you see where I'm heading with this, right? Corrupt political figures embezzle national funds from their home countries to build an empire of wealth and properties overseas, and they choose Dubai as home for these looted national resources. It gets even scarier when I tell you that quite a number of conflict-ridden countries and autocracies have large holdings in Dubai, relative to the size of their economy. These influencers are to be feared. Life on social media has always skewed proportionally away from reality, and this expose on the secret lifestyles of social media models in Dubai all the more proves the point. Of course, there are those influencers who have built fairly sustainable careers for themselves by combining legit jobs like running a YouTube channel with brand influencing. Those ones are worthy role models to emulate. As for the loose porta-potty ones, you'll notice them by their lame Instagram captions like, "What happens in Dubai, stays in Dubai." Beware of them, for their lives away from the cameras are usually not always rosy.